Sup guys, it is Alex here, and today I'm bringing you guys my second Bracketology update video. Joe Lenardi just released his new Bracketology update for February 16th, 2017. Here's what it looks like. I think it's going to be a pretty good bracket. I really like this one, honestly. The tough region is going to be over there with Kansas, Louisville, Arizona, Butler, Purdue, all those teams over there. Even this one, Gonzaga, Oregon, and Duke, and Cincinnati, West Virginia. It's going to be a crazy bracket if this one... I know it's not going to hold, but it'd still be pretty crazy. So, just like the last time I created this bracket, it took me about 40 minutes to put all the names in there and the logos and set up all the matchups and all that jazz. But I've already done the first round. I had a couple of big upsets. I had Belmont beating number 4 Butler over here. Arkansas beating number 6 St. Mary's. Florida Gulf Coast, the 14 seed, beating the 3 seed Arizona. The Michigan State over there. And then I think I only had a couple more upsets over here in the first round. Seton Hall, number 12, beating the number 5 Cincinnati team. And then down here, Middle Tennessee, number 11, beating 6 Maryland. And the 11 seed Kansas State beating the 6 seed Notre Dame. I had Notre Dame moving pretty far in that last Bracketology update video that I released. So let's go ahead and fill it out. What I think will happen. I'm not going to explain it too much, but I'm just going to go ahead and pick my picks. Let's go with Villanova here, then Virginia, moving on to the Sweet 16. Then I thought that Syracuse and Marquette, whoever wins that game, will still beat SMU. I didn't put that in as my upset. I think Syracuse is going to win that game, but then they'll lose to Kentucky. Northwestern and Florida State. I really want to pick Northwestern here as an upset, but I'm going to have to go with Florida State. Baylor and Virginia Tech, going to go with Baylor. UCLA, Creighton going UCLA. Then Kansas State and Florida. Florida's just lost their top rebounder, so I'm going to actually go with Kansas State. Joe Lenardi really likes Florida, but I really like Kansas State in that one. They've pushed Kansas and Baylor pretty far. I think they actually beat Baylor. Don't hold me on that, but I think that's what might have happened a couple weeks ago, or they pushed them to the limit. I think they did beat them. North Carolina and Minnesota, North Carolina. And then up here, Kansas and Miami, going to go with Kansas. Purdue and Belmont. I really want to move Belmont forward, but I'm going to go with Purdue. Arkansas and Florida Gulf Coast. Florida Gulf Coast moved to the Sweet 16 a couple years ago, like 2014 or 2015, something like that. I'm going to have to go with Arkansas. They just upsetted North Carolina a couple nights ago, or South Carolina. Then Michigan State and Louisville. I really want to go with Michigan State. I hate Louisville. I really like Michigan State, but they're basically a one-man team this year. All they have is Miles Bridges, so I'm going to have to go with Louisville. Gonzaga and USC. In the first Bracketology update, I had Gonzaga losing to the 9 seed Virginia Tech, but they're over here this time, so I'm going to go with Gonzaga moving on there. West Virginia and Seton Hall, I'm going to go with West Virginia. Middle Tennessee and Duke, that could be another potential upset. Duke doesn't do too well against mid-majors in the NCAA tournament, but they're starting to turn it on now. They're on a 6-game winning streak, so I'm going to have to go with Duke. Michigan and Oregon. Michigan just upset Wisconsin last night. That was a crazy game. I was watching that. And I really like them. They're starting to turn on and play as a team. But I'm going to have to go with Oregon. They've been way too consistent over the course of the season so far. So, going to the Elite Eight. Villanova, Virginia. Virginia just lost to Duke. But I still can't bring myself to move Villanova on, even though I had them losing to the 7 or 10 seed at Iowa last year. I think they were a 7. But I'm going to go with Virginia. UK and Florida State. Going to go with UK there. Baylor and UCLA. Again, I'm going to have to go with UCLA. I can't bring myself to pick Baylor. They just lost to Texas Tech. Kansas State and North Carolina. You know what? I'm going to go with Kansas State on that one. I really think that North Carolina is going to win, but just for the Bracketology and because there could be a potential upset there, because there's always upsets in the NCAA tournament, I think Kansas State might move on to the Elite Eight as an 11 seed. So we got Kansas and Purdue. Going to have to go with Kansas there. Then Arkansas and Louisville. Arkansas' Cinderella run is going to come to an end right there. They're going to lose to Louisville. Gonzaga and West Virginia. I like West Virginia in that one. I can't bring myself to go with Gonzaga. And then Duke and Oregon. That could be the game of the tournament there. But I'm going to have to go with Oregon winning that one. Because with Dylan Brooks and all that. I think Duke could pull out the win there. I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for picking Oregon, but oh well. So for our berth into the Final Four, Virginia and UK, I'm actually going to go with UK here. I think they're turning it on late. John Calipari had that tweak. Virginia lost to Duke. If UK can keep up their momentum, I might have to change that if they don't. but I think UK could be a Final Four team this year. UCLA and Kansas State, I'm going to have to go with UCLA on that one. Poor Kansas State. They made it to the Elite Eight, but they can't keep it past that. Kansas and Louisville. I want to pick Louisville, but I'm going to go with Kansas there with Josh Jackson. Their whole team is good, while Louisville is their starting five is pretty good, but they don't really have a bench to come in and help them out. West Virginia and Oregon. If West Virginia hadn't blown that lead against Kansas, it was like 14 point lead in 3 minutes, and they still blew it. I would have picked them, but I'm going to have to go with Oregon here. UK and UCLA. I want to pick UK. They're my favorite team, but just as it happened earlier in the season, I don't think they'll be able to top UCLA with TJ Leaf and Lonzo Ball, so I'm going to have to go UCLA. Kansas and Oregon. I am going to have to go with Kansas, as much as that upsets me to pick. And then so in the championship game, number 4 seed UCLA versus the 1 seed Kansas, I'm going to have to go with Kansas. I think they're going to win it as of right now. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check out the rest of my bracketology updates. I'll put the link in the description for this bracket so you can go and vote for yourself. The other one that I did actually has 1,400, where is it? There it is. 1,432 votes. So you guys have been clicking on that. You guys have been picking. So I just want to say thank you guys for that involvement. Be sure to leave some comments about what you think about this bracket, who you think got shafted, who do you think should be moving up, and all that jazz. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys in the next Bracketology update video.